Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning. I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too. Woo! Have you ever been foisted?
I foisted a flag once. Oh wait, that might have been hoisted.
Yeah, that's totally different. Do you even know what the word means? In my head, I first learned about this word from Larry David. I learn a lot from Larry David these days.
He's so smart. Oh, Larry.
He's hilarious, if you ask me.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
It's when have you ever been going into the grocery store and say somebody pins a flower on you, and then after they do so, you're like, oh, thank you so much. That's beautiful. I love it. And then they hold up a cup for a donation.
$10 donations for flowers.
And then you feel obligated and you're like, oh, I didn't realize. And because you already have it on and you've already commented on how beautiful it is, you're like, oh, just a minute. And you start scrounging around in your purse looking for that $10 bill.
Yeah.
Right? Or you go to the mailbox and all of a sudden you open up maybe an envelope and there's all these labels with your name printed on them, your address printed on them. And so you think,
foil.
yeah, and you're like, oh, how pretty. And you think, oh my gosh, I might as well use these because...
And here's $1 for the stamp to send us a donation back.
Yeah. And
just whatever you think they're worth.
And you're like, well,
Our cause depends on you.
I don't want to waste these because they have my name and my address and somebody made these for me. And so I feel appreciative. And now I feel almost obligated to donate to the cause because somebody did something. They gave me this product that I didn't really ask for. I didn't really want, but I now feel like I need to give back. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me. Or maybe you spend 11 months really being intentional about your health and your fitness and your diet.
Yeah.
And then you show up for a holiday celebration or something like that, and someone expresses their love by cooking.
Okay.
And they foist a pile of cake or pie.
This might not quite be the same. And what are you saying?
In front of you. That's their way of showing love. And if you love me, you'll just try it.
Do they preface it with that? If you love me, you'll try it.
Well,
or is this really Jason's?
It feels like that.
Or is this really Jason's way of having no self-discipline? Is that really what it is? Well, is this you not really being able to say no, thank you?
So foisting to me is that feeling of being like it's a guilt feeling of not being able to say no.
Okay. So that's a little different, but I see where you're coming from.
I feel like I've been foisted.
Jason's putting his own interpretation.
Sheila's like, eat the cake.
Because somebody put a lot of work into it.
Well, I put 11 months of work into losing 35 pounds and actually kicking the sugar habit.
So what you're saying is really just being able to stand up for your own values. And in that particular moment, which is more important, not hurting their feelings? because showing love is receiving.
It is. But also it's about being put something upon you and you not really realizing all the implications that are going to come with that. Because sometimes taking that one piece of cake leads to tomorrow being like, I know I can't more
stop.
Cake in there.
Now I'm thinking about cake and I'm craving sugar.
It's that New Year's Eve. It's a New Year's Eve party. One toast isn't going to hurt you. I know you were an alcoholic for 20 years, but that one toast, come on.
And we all know those people that are like, oh, a little bit's not going to hurt you. And
come on, everything in moderation.
And I'm that type of person.
And I get everything in moderation. Some things.
I'm that type of person that eats that little tiny Pringle, and next thing you know, I've eaten the whole
Once you pop,
sleeve.
you can't stop.
That's me. That's me. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Marilyn. Okay, well, yesterday I had to go to the doctor. I had to go to the doctor.
It's a smart choice to go to the doctor at a minimum once a year, get your little checkup and all that stuff.
No, it wasn't even a checkup. I call it my handy Amanda, but it's the little placard that goes in my car.
Pass.
It's my parking pass. And it's the one advantage, I will say, of having a disability.
Is it an advantage, or it's just it's
honestly the spots are never open anyway, so I always end up parking on the other side of the
parking
lot. And I almost get run over because cars then can't see me because I'm so low and they're not looking for me as they pull out. So I literally going through a parking lot is like going through Pitfall or Pac-Man.
Well,
it's like
that's
not Pac-Man, Frogger. It's like going through Frogger.
So that's one of the things that people don't really consider when they think about, oh, well, you get to park closer.
Right.
It's really a safety thing because when you're coming through a parking lot in a wheelchair, a lot of times people, it's like a
I'm
kid
here. I need a
walking through a
flag.
parking lot. Just cars aren't going to see you. Now
I need a hoisted flag.
Yeah.
And we've come full circle.
That's right.
No, but here's my thing. Mine, because my birthday is this week, my handy Amanda expires. So I needed to go have the doctor sign a new form for me saying that I am permanently disabled.
Because permanent isn't permanent in the eyes of the state or the insurance company for a wheelchair. You have to get that permanent every year.
And that's a whole nother thing. It's like a full-time job to be disabled. Just for anyone out there, if you ever,
it's all right. That's me foisting my bitterness on everyone.
Yes, and we could go for days. Yeah, we've been asked to be spokespeople. We've been asked to go to DC.
Can we just get a 5-year one?
To be ambassadors, and we're like, no, we do not want to take on this fight.
If we die in a car crash, just take the thing and just put it.
It's a whole nother thing. And we're getting bitter. We're sounding bitter right now.
It's all good.
At any rate, I went to the doctor to have my form signed. And when I went in, I said, would it be possible just to have the doctor sign this form? I've already filled out the entire form. I just need a signature.
Proof it and sign it.
Now, I've been going to this doctor for 8 years. In fact, Jason was the one who helped this doctor move into the building. We were the first patients.
Carrying boxes.
We
literally.
carried their boxes into the building.
She just foisted herself into that. She weed it. I carry boxes.
we were the first patients. So they know everything about me. I go every 3 months. So I'm a very regular patient. Okay. We go in and
she goes to that doctor more than I poop.
I don't know why this is, but every year they have me fill out the same damn forms. Why is that?
Well, every visit you have to fill out the same.
They're
your
like,
insurance changed.
It's 2023, Jana. This is your first time you've been here since 2023. Can you fill out these forms? I'm like, I just need a signature.
Here 3 months ago.
I go, I don't really have an appointment. I was just hoping that the doctor could sign this for me and then I could be out of here.
We should get a concierge doctor.
And then they say, oh, and you know what? It's time for your colonoscopy.
It's time for your physical.
It's time for, and I'm like, I just had all of that done in August. And they were like, well, that was 2022.
I think
and we need to do that every year. And I was like, oh my, like, seriously? I just came for a signature. Can we please just get a signature? Well, the doctor comes out and I see him and I'm like, hey, doctor. And I won't say his name. And I was like,
Dr. Shivago.
Can you just sign this for me? I just need your signature real quickly. And I was really overly friendly. And I may have foisted him, to be honest with you. I may have foisted him. But I was like, can you just sign this for me? And he signed it. However, then he foisted me. And he was like, so you'll be coming in for your appointment and we'll be getting and then he named off all these things.
Your blood work, your mammogram, your colonoscopy.
Yeah, your vag visit and like all these things that I'm like, he guilted me into all of those things.
I gotta hit that quota early in the year. That way they can coast for the rest of the year and take some vacation.
Is that it?
I don't know.
I'm like, just
I'm sure
in
they
August.
have your health at the top of their priority.
I don't know. But I felt foisted. That's the word. It's foist. I felt obligated. It was like, you know what? It's really the law of reciprocity. That's what it is. We give to you, you give back to us.
It's the law of reciprocity.
But when you know that it's happening, like, and of course, so what do? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be in March. Like March
the 4th.
No, it's not March 4th. It's March 21st. So if I'm not here that day, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'll be
I'll
getting
go in. We'll go
probed
live.
and propped.
I'll go in. We'll go live. I'll blur out the messy parts.
No, literally, I just had one of those colonoscopies, and it was the kind where that you can actually have them at home now. I don't know if you know this. Did you know this?
So I don't know if that's a colonoscopy.
Well, it is.
That's
it is.
Poop in a bag.
It is. It's poop in a bag. That's what you do. You poop in a bag, and then you take it to the mailbox. And it's really embarrassing because you have to stand there.
Everybody knows what's in that bag.
And it says right on the side.
Poop bag.
Fecal matter. And there was actually someone there with their dog. And I'm like, oh, I was kind of like trying to hold this box on my lap.
The dog's wagging his tail. What's in the bag,
dog
babe?
was like, what are you sending? What are you sending?
I know what's in there. Can't fool me. Happy dogs.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So Sheila says, just say no. She sounds like Nancy Reagan. Just say no.
Most of our people aren't going to recognize that because we got a young crowd here.
Janelle, all the way from Belleville, Kansas. Good morning. Good morning. There's no place like home. Yes, I know. I really, really try to say no, but every now and then I find myself in situations
Just saying yes. Give me that bag, Doc.
where I feel like I'm getting foisted. And the other example that I can always come back to is when we had our foreign exchange student, she used to volunteer me for everything. And I know that now there is a buzzword called being voluntold, where you're voluntold what to do. And I feel like after Carol came, I am now, when people try to voluntold me to do something, I'm very good at saying, I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me.
I usually say, absolutely, I can do that, but I can't do it until next year.
This date.
Yeah. Will that work for you?
I would really like to help. However,
And then they get back to me because they're not planning that far ahead. And then when they get back to me, I'm like, oh, I wish you'd have gotten back to me earlier.
yeah, or this is the capacity in which I would like to contribute.
I just gave away my secret. We have to go 2 years out.
We sound kind of, we're showing all sides of us this morning. At any rate.
Busy.
Just be on the lookout of being foisted. And when you realize that it's really the law of reciprocity.
Michael says, dig in the poop combo with my morning coffee.
Sorry. You can use it to your advantage, though.
You can.
When you are aware of what's happening, because we naturally, when people give to us, we do want to give
And
back.
oftentimes we foist on other people. Like when we're trying to help someone.
That's true.
A lot of times we don't bother to even ask
If
how
they
they
want-
if they want to be helped,
or
helped,
if
how
they want
to be
help.
helped.
That is so true. That is so true. So
I learned that kind of the hard way.
Thank you for bringing that to our
thinking
attention.
someone wanted money on the side of the road, and they're like, I don't really want money. I want a job.
or I want a friend.
Like, I want a referral. Can you refer me to someone that would hire me? I want to do lawn work. I want to do things like that. And we got them a program. We got them set up in that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we can do that because I'd rather not give money.
Don't give a man a fish. Teach a man to fish.
Amen. Well done.
Hallelujah. Okay, guys. Be on the lookout for foisting. It's happening everywhere. Maybe even from us.
And keep living lucky while you're doing it.
Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.